Good morning. Good morning. It's time to start our day. Good morning. Good morning to you and you and you and you and you and you. Good morning. Double check that you're muted and let's rock to the roll. We're going to do some neck and shoulders work. We're going to focus on, we're having a big snowstorm here today in Chicago. So we're going to focus on some abdominal work and repeating work on both sides so that we don't have one side more open than the other. And let's begin. So finding your posture here, finding your spot on the mat. Maybe you would like to lie down today. Maybe you'd like to sit up, whatever you feel like you need. All right. So for those of you coming regularly, I think it's nice to challenge the way you take your seat. You know, we take the seat at the beginning of class. So if you are seated, maybe you'll try something new. Maybe you'll try like a fire log pose. Maybe you'll sit on your heels in that Vajrasana or in between the heels on a block for Virasana. But changing the way we settle in is really nice. Whichever leg you normally put on top, switch a ruby on that, so that we're really creating that idea of balance. Okay, so just taking a moment here to check in. On this first minute of centering, please just listen to the sounds in the rooms around you, in your home, maybe the falling snow, if you're local. How many noises can you hear? So continuing on here, let's see how many noises, the shoveling, the clicking of the ticking of the clock, right? The house, the heat. What are the different sounds you hear? See how many you can count. Let's go for one more minute, please. Beautiful. And on this third and final minute, turning that noise listener into what's happening in your own body. We're going to focus on breath here, listening to your own self breathe. And we're going to be settling in on our Sankalpa. What brings you to the yoga mat? Why do you walk this path of wellness? How do you get served from this time with yourself? So taking this last minute or so, noticing your own breathing pattern, making it nice and rhythmic in the inhale, right into the exhale, right into the inhale, nice and calm pattern. And then asking yourself, what brings me here today? Why? Why am I here? What am I wanting, hoping for? Sometimes I say, what are we healing? Is it a physical, mental, emotional, sometimes even feels spiritual? So we'll take this last minute, centering in. What is it we need today? And how is the breath flowing? Beautiful. Let's bring our hands together, please. Thumbs down by your heart. Repeat that mantra to yourself a couple of times. Really bring it anchored to that front of the brain. As always, for me, it's connection to myself and it's connection to you. And today I'm even connecting to the teachers, the seers, the people who have brought us these tools, this task, connecting with them as well. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to start off slow, but we're going to get kicking. Remember, this is a pretty dynamic class. This is for, higher levels or people who feel a little bit energized, but you can always find a place where you get met on the mat. So let's inhale, taking our arms up here for a moment. Clap, clap. Drop your left arm down. We're getting ready for that shoveling. Yeah, baby. Get that open. Notice the wrist here. Look at my hand for a moment. Sometimes people do this. See my fingers, how I'm waving them up. That's causing tension. So let that whole line be in line. There's like a little cupping action. You could also spread your fingers, but rather than having that little flare or that bend in the wrist, let it be one unit. Some of you can even drop a little bit further down, even elbow to the mat or to the block, and keep spreading through those ribs. As I was saying before we hit record, the whole point of these yoga poses, yes, is to know ourselves for sure, but literally it's to open the body for breath, open body for life force. So when we think about the lines of energy, we don't want to have them kinked up a little bit. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Come on up, come on up. Take a pause there and then switch sides. Take your left arm up if you're working like that and dropping that hip. Again, noticing any kind of stress in that hand, soften the curve. 8 breaths. How deep is your breath? Beautiful. And when you're ready, come on up, come on up, come on up, and pause. Just take a moment to notice. If you wanted to switch the cross of your legs, this would be an opportunity to do so. And we'll take 3 or 4 breaths just to receive that side body stretch, not stress. Keep lifting through those ribs though. So see if you're wanting to collapse. Keep lifting up that seat. Take that seat. Holding here another 2 or 3 breaths, feeling that. Beautiful. We're going to open up those arms, make a little fist with our hands, and put our knuckles on the temples and maybe even massaging your temples there. Turning the thumbs to point down. And we're just going to check in on that thoracic spine here. Bring those elbows back. Feel those shoulder blades moving towards the spine. Exhale. Perhaps you can even touch those elbows. Inhale and exhale. Still sitting up tall. Inhale. Sitting up nice and tall. Exhale. Three and two. One more And beautiful, 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 bringing our palms down, down, down. And again, just take a moment and pause, see how it feels. Okay, here we go. One more round. Take your hands out, palms facing down. Double check that you're not above or below those shoulders. You're straight out. And we're going to make a little bit of circles here. Feel those shoulders. Feel that loose, that unctuousness. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other way. 10, 9, 8. The whole shoulder. 6, 5, 4. We're going to go into Garadasana here. 3, 2, 1. Give yourself a big hug. Left arm on top. Some of you could come into Garadasana here. If not, you're just holding that big hug. Give yourself a pat on the back. Nice work. Nice job getting to the yoga mat today. Or you're here, elbows up to the height of the shoulders, chin slightly tucks to the throat. Maybe even resting your head on the hands and just breathe deeply in between those shoulder blades. And breathing right behind your heart. What you doing here? Remember that mantra you were setting. See if you can breathe it in. Breathe it out. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Open it up. Ta-da. And switcheroo. Right arm on top. Give yourself a hug. Another pat on the back. Nice work. Nice work. Or you're coming into eagle arms. Elbows up. Chin tucks slightly to the throat. And again, 5 deep breaths. Right behind the heart. Two more deep breaths. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's rest. Take your arms out and do a little bit of a like, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. One more. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, out, out. Other side. Shake it out, out, out. Shake it out, out, out. Shake it out, out, out. One more. Shake it out, out, out. You feel shook out? Yes. All right. We're going to make our way to standing. If you would like to travel through your down dog and those things, help yourself. If you would like to just go to standing, then you'll find your way there. You do you. How are you needing it today? I think I'm going to travel up through down dog, give myself some time here just to check in. So you're either making your way up to the mountain pose, Tadasana, or you're taking your time. Either way. We'll meet in about 4 more breaths. Again, remembering the mantra that brought you to the mat today. Why are you showing up? And when you're ready, jump, walk, float, whatever you want to do, come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, and find your mountain pose. Yeah. Okay. What we're going to do here is just add a little bit of twisting. Okay. We're going to take our arms up. So again, we're preparing for that shoveling. You know what I mean? So we take our arms up. We're just going to twist and back to center, just to the one side, please. Left and left and left. Softness in the knees. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Other way and right. 7. So yeah, it looks really easy to be doing this, right? But I want you to think about what you're literally doing to that spine. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go both sides now. Side, side. We're going to do this like 20 times. I'm going to stop talking and I want you to feel all the way from the roof of your mouth to your tailbone what you're doing. Keep a softness in the knees so that you're not torquing any kind of knee tissues. And we're going to just breathe. Here we go. Feel that rotation. Nine, 8, 7, keep lifting, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause. Now we're going to do it again. This time I want you to feel the knitting of the abdominal muscles. Maybe you already got that down already, but remember the coughing muscles. Those muscles are what we're contracting. And if you can add those to the twist, it's going to really juice it up in a beautiful way. So 20 more times, feeling the abdominal work as well. Okay, here we go. And keep lifting the crown of the head to the sky. Again, unctuous. I love that word. Unctuous, juicy, supple, right? Fluid, watery, however you want to look at it. Oily. What's another word? Come on, what's another word? Think of some words that really describe that supple quality. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay. Now take your left hand on the right shoulder and your right arm behind you in like a bind and twist. Let's, for this first round, keep the chin right over the sternum, right? So instead of turning and looking behind us, we're really engaging the turn, the twist from the middle spine. Keep that chin over the chest bone. Softness in the knees. How does the abdominal work help you here? One more deep breath. It's beautiful. Come on back to center. Pause. Let's switcheroo. Right hand, left arm behind you, binding, and 5 breaths. Long spine. Keep lifting. So this is known as Friday flow. We're going to get kicking pretty quickly here. So I'm just taking some time to build some heat, build some stability, to start moving a little bit deeper. One more big breath. Beautiful. And then coming back to center. Beautiful. Let's make some angel wings. Inhale and pull down. Inhale and pull down. Keep going. So in just a moment, we're going to start focusing on what we call lion breath. Okay. Lion breath is we're going to open our mouth, stick out our tongue, and make a crazy face. And we're going to do the pose goddess. So I want you to see it first. It's going to be really attractive. Just wait. Okay. Ready? Inhale. I've got my arms up and my legs. Exhale, bend the knees. And then back up. Okay, that's what I want you to do. Or you could come here and do a jump each time. Whatever you want to do. Okay, remember, we're letting fire come out and we're getting deep into our hips. Here we go. Ready? We'll do 5 of these. Inhale. Kind of crazy. Let it go. Inhale. All the frustration you got for one more. And Prasarita Padottanasana, and turn your heels out, your toes in, and tip it over. So your toes are in, your heels are out, and you're tipping it over. One of the reasons, stay in your forward fold. One of the reasons I'm teaching the goddess right now is I was working with a group last night, and there's so many like bumps and technology issues and things with ex-husbands, and like there's just so much going on in their minds. And sometimes we think it's all a problem, but what if we don't think of it as a problem, but we think of it as a way, sort of, that's what life is, like bumping on those roads. And how do I handle my stress? And how do I release it? And how do I move on? And the goddess pose really helps us do that. So we're going to do it one more time. Inhale, come on up and pull it down. So instead of thinking of these problems as problems, right, we're thinking of them as challenges. I know, but what else are we going to do, right? They're challenges. Thinking of them as challenges, and we want to be using this time on the mat to release it. So think of something that's bugging you. Think of something that's like you don't have it resolved, you don't have it in control. It's very frustrating or irritating. And every time you make that goddess, I want you to imagine you're just burning it up, you're releasing it, you're letting go. Okay. It's kind of fun. And then you're like making a crazy face with your eyes too. Here we go. Last 5 rounds. Inhale, think of something that's not working. Shoveling that heavy snow. Inhale. Exhale. Send that email. Inhale, keep going. Let go. 2 more. Challenges are what make us strong. 1 more. We need challenge. Exhale. Good. Prasarita Padottanasana again, tip it over. But this time, we're going to add a twist. We've got our bodies ready for twist. So we're going to come up halfway, plant your right hand down and your left arm up. This is an option, of course. You don't have to be doing this. Some of you may want to grab that left ankle and do a twisting hang, whichever variation you want to do. Some of you may even want to bind that arm around. Every exhale, you're letting go of something. One more deep breath, please. And beautiful switcheroo. Take your left hand down. Again, maybe you're binding. Maybe you're grabbing the ankle. Check that your heels are slightly wider than the toes. Beautiful. Come back to your center. Bend the knees. There's that goddess pose again. Come on up. Knees right over the ankles and up we go. Who wants to go on a little horse ride? Heck yeah, we do. Here we go. So this is important that we keep the arches of the feet lifted. We'll do just a couple rounds. Exhale, knees right over the ankles. Imagine you're trying to bring those heels together and spread those thighs apart. Heels are coming together. Thighs are spreading apart. Up and down, up. Toes are relaxed. Feeling that Mula Bandha. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 4 more. Supple, unctuous, juicy, fluid. We're bringing some lubrication to these joints, ankles, knees, and hips. 2 more. Letting it go, man. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Last one. Dig in there. Here, we're going to go on a horse ride. 10 and 9. Dance break. And 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. 2 more rounds. Up and down. Up and down. Start to see if you can take the locks out. Very fluid. 3, 4. Also noticing that we're not sitting back, right? We're not taking it back. We're taking it straight down. 5, straight down. 6, 7, Is it challenging? Heck yeah, it's challenging. We like being challenged. Not a problem, right? Hold in there, dig in, and here we go. 10, dance break, 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Last round. We having fun? And down and up. 9. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it down there, get in there, and 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and up we go. Slowly, slowly, slowly walk it in and pause. Diaphragmatic breathing, Samavriti, big inhales through the belly or through the bottom of the lungs, letting that belly expand. Remembering your mantra, what you're doing here today. Two more big breaths. All right, 5 sun salute A's. Again, if you're not familiar with vinyasas, I'd like you to hold in your push-up position or hold in your down dog. If you're new to sun salutes, please, take care of yourself. Keep the breathing going fluid and moving easily. Once you start to lose your breath, you've gone too far. You can get hurt, right? You can get hurt in yoga. So you want to really be honorable with where you are. 5 sun salute A's. I will just be quiet here. It's a moving prayer, a moving meditation. So getting into alignment with what it is you're wanting today. Remember, when we stay in that down dog for 5 breaths in the middle of the salute to let everything sort of assimilate. And here we go. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, nice flat back. Exhale, step it back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Some of you can stay here for 5 breaths. Some of you can go to a push-up position, go through a vinyasa, hold in Vajrasana, hold in a plank, whatever you want to do. And then we go to that down dog again, and we hold it for 5 breaths. You can pedal it out. You can do leg lifts. Just anything goes here. When you're ready, jump, walk, or float your feet back to the hands. Take a moment to pause, that humble bow, a new day. Roll it up with a flat spine or a rolling spine and exhale. That's 1. Okay, so keep going, whatever level you're on. There's no rush. You don't have to rush. Take your time. Take your time. This is your time. Last round here for some of us. We'll meet back in mountain pose. No rush. Beautiful. Taking what you need, the time you need, eventually coming up into our mountain pose, and we'll have blocks nearby in case we need them. Just receive. Okay, beautiful. When you're up, come on up, bring those hands back down to Anjali Mudra, just honoring again. We have a whole new day of living, a whole new day of begin again. It's a begin again today. Okay, here we go. Jumping those feet wide apart, turn out that left hip, heel to arch align. We're heading towards triangle. Lift up those quadriceps, really feel those kneecaps lifting. Inhale, sweep those arms open. Find yourself here in that Trikanasana first round, feeling those heels squeezing together, those thighs spreading apart. First round here, we're going to drop the palm facing up and the head, just open up that neck a little bit, and bringing back to the attention of how we can turn our torso to the sky by using those exhales. So we're here in this pose Trikanasana, but we're watching ourselves breathe, and how every time we exhale, we can imagine that that middle spine is turning to the sky. Here we go, 5 to 8 breaths. Meditating on the abdominal muscles here. Keeping both side bodies long, not collapsing underneath that left rib. Keep it lifted. One more deep breath. Now put a soft bend in this left knee for a moment and slowly, slowly, slowly come up and pause. We're going to do the exact same thing again. This time though, I want you to put all your weight in this back leg, your right leg. So let all that weight be in that back leg, outside edge plus the big toe. Okay, let's play. Here we go. Inhale, same exact thing, finding that hip tilt here, side body long, bringing yourself down. Again, maybe you'll drop that palm up and open. Maybe you'll take the arm to the sky. Maybe you'll bind it around and grab the leg, whatever you want to do here. But the weight is in this back leg. Let's play with that. Okay, so maybe you don't even need this hand anymore. Get it in there. 3 more deep breaths. Using those abdominal muscles to turn and rotate, not the face, but the middle spine too. Last one. Now bend the knee, grab your block and come on back up, 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 up. Okay. So I'm going to have to scoot back because I need some room here. Maybe you will have to do the same thing. we're going to use what we just learned to go right up into Artichondrasana. So just watch me for a moment. We're going to pretend all the weight is in this back leg. So I'm going to pretend I'm stomping on an imaginary wall. Here's my block. I want you to be challenged. One way to do it is to put it down and then go up. I don't want you to do it that way. I want you to challenge yourself. But again, this is a multi-level class, so you have to be honorable where you are. So here we are. We're using the abdominal muscles to go into half moon pose. Inhale, leg line is staying nice and lit. Exhale, pushing on this back leg, feeling this being where all my weight is. I'm tipping over to Artichondrasana. Okay, so we'll play with that a couple of times. Okay, there's that mat. Feeling this weight in that back leg. And come out. 2 more. Last one. This time we'll hold that half moon pose, but you're playing with moving energy around because really that's what this is all about, isn't it? So all the weight is in this top leg now. Use those abdominal muscles to feel that rotation. Again, maybe wrist on wrist, maybe dropping that arm behind you. Lift up this left quadriceps, really feel that kneecap lifting. Another 5 breaths. Some of you might even want to bend that knee. Connection. What else? What's your mantra? Okay, coming out of that same thing, all the weight is in this back leg. Pick up that block, feel that action, and then dance the night away. Yeah, and dance the night away. Boom, and dance the night away in a circle. Dance the night away. Dance the night away. Dance the night away. Shake it down and dance that night away. Got 1 more minute. Dance the night away. Dance the night away. Turn in a circle and dance the night away. Dance the night away. Dance that night away. Yes. Okay, we don't need that block now. We got another one over here. So same thing. Okay, same thing. Inhale, reaching those arms open. Exhale, tip yourself over, remembering from the thigh bone. And we're going to focus on just being in our classic triangle, dropping this palm facing up. 8 breaths, just feeling that spread, feeling the twisting around. Seven, one more big breath. Beautiful. Put a soft bend on that knee and come on up. Okay, you're feeling this. You're feeling this ability to move that spine. Now we're putting all the weight in this back foot here. So I want you to play going in and out a couple times. Again, give yourself a little bit of a runway. You could do it like this and then take it up. And that's totally fine. I'm asking you to challenge yourself, though. Give yourself a little moment of fear there so that you really anchor this core. When you're ready, finding that alignment, putting the weight in that top leg. Watching yourself turn on that core. And when it doesn't turn on, right? This next time, we're going to hold it. Artichondrasana. Feel that action. What are you noticing here? Maybe even bending that knee. About 3 more breaths. Beautiful. When you're ready, coming out that same way, put that weight there and come on up and dance the night away. And dance the night away. And dance it, dance it, dance it, dance it, dance the night away. Let's do the paintbrush. 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 Just let it slide around. Again, we're erasing it. Feel that middle spine receiving it. Notice if one side is taking it a little bit easier. 3 and 2 and 1. Let's take it backward and backward, 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 and backward, 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 and forward, 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 forward. One more. Back and back and back, and back and back and back. Do you feel how good that feels? Last one. And forward, 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 forward. Good. I feel like we did triangle twice and then half moon. So I want us to do triangle one more time, just because I feel like we did it 2 rounds and I want us to be even. So just say hello quickly to your triangle pose, whatever variation you want to do here. And we'll just close it up with this, feeling that back weight in that leg. And when you're finished with this sequence, we're just going to go through a vinyasa. So take your time here, hang out and enjoy it, or bringing your palms down and make your way through whatever variation of a vinyasa you'd like. And we'll meet in downward dog, please, when you're ready. One more big breath. And let's bring our knees down, big toes down, and just take a pause, see how you're doing. If you don't like child's pose for whatever reason, some people like to keep their elbows down. Takes a little bit of that flexion out of the knees. Otherwise, find your classic balasana, maybe even taking your hands down by your ankles. And let's just receive some of that work. Again, focusing on the breath in that middle body. It's a little bit more challenging to breathe here. Notice that. Notice the work you're doing. About 5 more. Beautiful. And back up to down dog. And take about 3 more breaths. Just checking in with how you're doing. We're going to start to turn on our core a little bit. When you're ready, from downward dog, bring your big toes together. Take your left leg to the sky. Find a push-up position, knee to elbow, and hover here. Really lift that shin bone. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Step it forward now and bring your left knee or your right knee down, toes pointing back. And we're going to peel ourselves up into a deep lunge. You have your block here. We're going to go into another twist. Our bodies are ready. We've got a nice big opening here. Really spread those back toes. Take your left hand on the leg, pull the leg in. So you're pulling it in right in its line, and you're using that to twist through the body. So you have your block here under that right shoulder. Stay here with the knee down, working deeper. Lift that knee up and rotate. Some of you may not need that block. Maybe even that arm up, maybe even binding, whatever variation you want to do here. Keep that head tracking and breathe. Working deeper, imagine there's a balloon underneath this bottom leg, the thigh, the femur is floating. 3. Your body is right in the middle of your mat. You're not tractioning over. 2. And beautiful, bringing that knee down and pause for a moment. Some of you will do that exact pose again. Some of you will be able, actually, if you wanted to put something under the knee here, like a blanket, you could do that. Working deeper, you're going to walk this leg off the mat. So now I'm turning my toes out. My kneecap is right over the toes. Please double check that that's happening for you. Going back into the deep stretch, here I can really lean my knee out. I'm actually in more of this position. I was here and now I'm turning it out. So it's more of an external rotation. And some of you can actually bring your elbows to the blocks or elbows to the mat. Playing even more, maybe even bending that right knee. Very deep. Here we go. 5 more breaths. Keep floating the body away from the mat. Keep lifting up. 2. One more deep breath. Coming out a little bit. We're going to take a quick little pause. We got one more round. Maybe you'll do one of those earlier rounds, working a little bit deeper here. You're going to challenge yourself to take your left arm on the outside of the toes here. Okay, outside. Some of you will be able to lift up this leg. I don't know if you can see that. This leg can be lifted up and you could play with some arm balancing postures here. So again, you're either here where you're in your lunge with the leg up, you are turning your hip open and bringing your elbows down to the blocks, or you're playing with an arm balance here where you're coming up and you're challenging yourself to lift both of these legs. Challenging to do it on the camera. Whatever you're doing, about 2 more breaths. And then coming out when you're ready, down dog or child's pose, and just receive that work. Five deep breaths. Yes. How you doing? Give yourself a little bit of a shake out on those wrists. It's been a minute. Dance the night away. Dance the night away. Shake it out. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. All right, let's head on up to the second side, to the deluxe apartment in the sky high, high, high. All right. Closing that hip and finding your posture here. Okay, moving to our downward dog for our hover again. We worked with that left leg. This time we're going to take the right knee to elbow and holding 10, 9, dig into the thumb side of the hand, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and step it forward, knee down. Feel that action here, that floating sensation. Bringing your elbow down or the block down, hug that knee in, Again, knee down or up, and just find that 8-breath twist, just really finding that beautiful twist. Again, your spine is right in the middle of your mat. You're not twisting off. You got a little buoy underneath that bottom leg, and you're breathing. Deeply nourishing breaths. One more. Beautiful. And pause for a moment. Maybe you'll use blocks. Maybe you'll turn that knee out. Again, double check that the kneecap's sitting over the second, third toe. Maybe you can bring your elbows down. Maybe you want to bend the knee. 8 breaths here, just feeling this very deep opener. So good. And come out. So our third round is the same thing. You're doing your lunge, or you're doing a hip opener, or some of you are going to take that other hand, the right hand outside of the pinky toes, and you're going to practice lifting up this front leg, right? Can I lift this leg up? Can I find that action? If you can, then you can maybe play a little bit deeper. Wherever you are is where you are, right? Plugging into the thumb side of the hand. Breathing is deep. Enjoying whatever is your experience. 1 or 2 or 3 more breaths. Finishing up whenever you're ready. And we'll go back to the child's pose or whatever variation you want and just receive. Two more big breaths, please. Now, how are arm balances core work? So let's do one more little bit there. And if your wrists are tired, you can do all of this on your elbow. So either pull hands on or elbows on. But how does arm balancing help with core work? Well, think about it. You got gravity begging your belly to sag and you're resisting it. So here we go. 10 times, take your feet a little bit wider. If you're in push-up position, you're going to practice just lifting the hands. If you're in the dolphin, you can practice lifting the legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Use the gravity, pushing up 3, 2, and downward facing dog. And bring your knees down and on your bottom and pause. Shake it out. Thirty more seconds, just shaking it out. Beautiful. So we're going to take time now. We're going to slow everything down. So perhaps you'll get your sweaters and socks and things back on as we start to close it up here in our quieting time. Notice where you feel hot. Notice where you feel moved. Again, maybe challenging the way you're sitting, maybe taking a blanket over your legs, maybe dressing it around like a shawl, maybe propping up on something. So for this first couple of rounds, we're going to focus on breath work, right? That's just a beautiful way to sort of anchor that mind. And what we'll do is we'll just come into diaphragmatic breathing again. So creating a Samavriti pattern. Samavriti is equal inhale, equal exhale. But we're imagining that we're breathing and expanding the belly every time we inhale. Every time we exhale, we're imagining that it's corseting up and we're letting go. So we'll take about 2 minutes here, just feeling that centering, that dropping down. If you're familiar with Ayurveda and doshas, we could also imagine that we're almost inhaling, grabbing the thought chatter, grabbing those vrittis, and exhale, pulling them down, 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 down. So that's another way to look at it. We're grounding the vata energy, that wind, air, sort of like frenetic energy. We're grounding it down to being centered. Okay. However you want to choose to look at it, down into the belly or grabbing down into from the sky to the belly. Here we go, about 2 minutes, please. Beautiful, beautiful. Keeping your eyes closed, please. We're going to drop into a meditation where we are going to spend our time noticing the neck tickle, the little icky on the knee. We're just going to notice the outside of our body. So as we sit here for a couple of minutes, letting all your attention be on like where your pants are and how the sweater feels a little bit like around the neck, but you're not going to fix anything. You're just going to be with it. So again, we're watching the sensations externally from us. We're just watching the way it feels. We're watching the way we want to fix it or change it or make it more comfortable, and we're resisting it. So we're practicing non-reaction, okay? Just being with it. So a couple of minutes here, just noticing the way the body, get your tickles out, scratch your things, get everything ready. Okay, here we go. So we're not sitting wanting to fix it. We're just noticing the desire to. Okay, so get comfortable. You might even want to change the cross of your legs if you're crossing. I'm doing my fire log here. All right, here we go. Couple minutes. Just noticing how you show up. Lean back, sit up nice and tall. Your meditation is on the external body, okay? On the external body. And begin, please. Finishing up. Beautiful. And let's do 2 minutes of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Using your right hand, close up your left nostril, breathe in through the right. Close both, exhale left. Keep going. You're breathing in through the nostril, you breathe out from. Next time you breathe out of your right nostril, just release the hands to the lap and take a minute breathing into both equally, please. So nice. Keep breathing deeply and start to settle in for your most important posture. And you're pretty warmed up everywhere. So notice if there's an area that you feel like you want to open. If you want to open your chest, propping yourself up on some blocks in fish pose. If you're feeling tired and you want energy, prop your legs up on a wall or a chair or even on a bolster, whatever you need. The other option I would offer for you today is maybe even just taking a block for a pillow, if this was something you wanted, and just propping the skull up on the block so that the back of your neck is sort of hanging there. And you could tie the legs with a strap and keep it bent so you can find a really neutral line there. This is a nice way to release some of that neck tension if that's what you got. So whatever you need here, go ahead and find your way now. Keep that calm and steady breath. Remembering why it is you show up on the mat, what it is you get from it. And then moving your way into stillness. Moving your way into stillness. So as you shift your way there now, I just want to give you a ponder to send you off with. So I always like to remind folks that I don't teach positive thinking. I really don't teach positive thinking. I don't think it's always positive. I think sometimes things are really challenging, really sad, really hard. And we don't always want to look for the rainbow or the unicorn or the best way of handling it, right? We don't always need to do that. Sometimes it feels false, like we're denying what's really truly happening. Okay. So when we think of the issues in our life and the challenges in our life and the problems in our life, right, we do need to be using our mind to figure it out, and our solutions, and our reaching out to friends and sometimes asking for help or a hug or all those things. But what I'm teaching also is not only is that who we are, but we also have this big mind right behind it. And as our minds are chattering about trying to figure out all these solutions and how to do it and what to say and how to blah, 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 there's a witness part of our brain that's watching it all that has no opinion. Like, these aren't problems. These are the challenges this human is facing. This is the excitement of the game of life. Think about a game. You like the challenge. Think about Michael Jordan. He wants to play a really good team. It's not fun to play a team that he just going to womp on, right? Life is about being challenged, and how we show up is where we build that character. And even in those troubles, right? We're building that muscle. We're building that stamina. We're building the connection with our friends, right? We're building that idea that it's our vulnerability that causes us to feel strong. If we never were challenged, we wouldn't have the courage, because it takes the strength and the follow through in order to build that courage. Okay, so as you are residing here in your final Shavasana, as you're allowing yourself to really move into that stillness, I want you to imagine that all the things that you're going to work out today, all the chores and the errands and the emails and all the things that you've got to do today, is one reality. but there's also something right behind it. We could say the blue sky versus the clouds and the airplanes and the pollution and the birds and all that. I want you to lean back into the blue sky. It just is. Not good or bad, not right or wrong, just is. Okay. All right. So allowing your tongue to soften, the muscles around your eyes to relax, the head to spread, the arms and legs. Take up your room, surrender to this best buddy of yours, your yoga mat, who's with you all the time, and find that blue sky. It is what it is. 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 All right. Deep, deep bows. Much love to you all. Thank you for keeping your light on, and I'll see you soon.